Okay, I'd like to take a look at this Imalent BL70. On Imalent's site, this is listed as an EDC carry light. I've already been into this, so there's the light. We'll take a look at that more in just a second. It comes in this box, has a the owner's manual and everything in there. Came with a lanyard if you want to do that, and the lanyard has a little piece of wire on it, so that will help you get it through if you want. That was kind of thoughtful. So what do we have here? We have a single emitter for your main beam, and then we have a second emitter here for a red. We have a LED readout, which is going to strobe because of the camera. That will give you voltage after it's been on a little while. I'll show you how much voltage you have left. That's nice. You have a cover for USB-C type charging, which is great. And you have two ways to turn it on and control it. One is this almost flush clicky switch, on and off. This only accesses, as far as the white light goes, it only accesses the 10 lumen mode, which isn't bad. 10 lumens is enough when it's dark out. If you drop your keys or you need to look at something and it's dark, the 10 lumen setting is enough to look around, and you could even find your way through the woods with 10 lumens if you want. So with a single click, it turns on 10 lumens and turns it back off. With a double click, you get the red light setting. As a hunter, I really like the red light. Allow you to go out in the woods, and they say deer and things don't see red light very much. But it's also nice if your wife is sleeping in and you need to get something out of the bedroom and it's dark, you can go in on red light and have less chance of waking her up. The other way to control it is right here with this clicky. You can go, it doesn't push down very far, and it sits nice and flat, and it's very easy to push in a more tactical way. You push to hold, and it'll toggle through. So there's 10 lumens, 200 lumens, 600 lumens, 1400, and then 3000. And then a double click puts you in turbo for 6,000 lumens. And the time is limited on that. It'll drop down after it starts to heat up to protect itself. The blue area here is textured and grippy. Honestly, kind of feels, I'm not saying it's leather, but it kind of feels like leather. Rubbery. I like it. It's very easy to hold like this or like this. Now, I will say if you want to take this and throw it in a pocket or something, these buttons, both these buttons, are very easy to push. So the chances of this coming on in your pocket are pretty high. That's why it has a lockout on it, and you can get to the lockout with the side switch, just 4 clicks, and it's locked. Now, it won't come on either button, and you could safely carry this around in your pocket, in your luggage, whatever you want. Then when you need it, it's just another 4. Unlock. And then you're good to go again. And I've been carrying this around in my coat pocket, and I definitely use the lockout feature. Seems like 4 clicks is a lot, but with the short throw of this button on the side, it's really not, it's not hard at all. And it's easy to find that button because basically you push anywhere here and you're going to get it. So when you're in red, that's another mode. Double click again and it'll go to red flashing. So maybe you have a flat on the side of the road and you want to set this on the back of your car as like an extra warning, or on top or something. So now, after I've carried it for a while now, the one big problem that I have is that, it's just a chunk with no way to carry it. So yeah, you can just drop it in a pocket and you have a lanyard. Excuse me. But that's about it. So coming up here soon in a video, I'm going to make a holster for this. Make a Kydex holster. Right now, this is Friday. I'm planning to make a holster for it this weekend, and I'll get that on video and get your comments on that. What would be great is if I can design the holster so that I could more easily carry this without having to lock it. So we'll take a look at that this weekend, and I think it's look at the size of it. It's really, let's get some measurements. 5.2 ounces. It's got a little bit of weight to it, but it's less than 3 3/4 inches long, just over an inch in diameter. Now, if we go the long ways here across, oops, see, I triggered it again. There, now it's locked. If we go like this, about 1 3/8 across this way. That's really a small package for this amount of light. 6,000 lumens on turbo. Even if you don't hit turbo and it's 3,000 lumens, that's still, for this size light, that's impressive. So we're going to compare this to 3 other lights. We're going to go outside and do some beam shots out in the dark, and give it a look. So one of them is this Olight Seeker 3 Pro. Now, I don't have the Seeker 4 right now. The Seeker 4 Pro, I mean. Not yet. But the Seeker 3 should be a good representation. I don't think the Seeker 4 is going to be too much different. The Seeker 4 is obviously brighter, but this is pretty close. So that's one of them. Another one is the regular Seeker 4 with the single emitter. So the Seeker 4 is going to be more of a thrower, where the Pro will be more of a flood. I'm interested to see how this does, because this has a single emitter, but you can see it's smooth and deep. It seems like this is going to be, the Imalent should be a decent thrower. And then the other is this Through Night TC20 V2. Now this has a single emitter and a wide, deep reflector, but it's orange peeled. So we should have some decent spill on this as well. So yeah, we got the TC20V2 from ThruNite, and then we have the Olight Seeker 4 and the Seeker 3 Pro, and we're going to go and compare them to this Imalent. But look at the size difference already. This is what's very impressive to me. When you compare all these lights, the size difference is what really makes this Imalent special. You know, and you could say, well, it's a real bummer for an EDC light or some for the Imalent not to have a pocket clip. Yeah, but none of these have pocket clips either. And I'm pretty sure this Imalent is going to hold its own with them. For that size, all of these need a holster. This is the ThruNites. Honestly, the ThruNite's a nice light. The ThruNite is generally more on the budget end, and their holster really shows it. The Olight, the Seeker 3 Pro, came with a nice holster. The Seeker 4 didn't have any holster at all. So that might be another video making a making a holster for the Seeker 4, but it's not how I use that light. So, but since this is more of an EDC light, the Imalent, I want to make a holster that I can strap this onto my belt and take up a minimum amount of space. And I think the Imalent just has a huge advantage in size over these others, because you could take the Imalent and throw it in your pocket. It would be a chunk, but it'd be a lot easier than throwing one of these other lights in there. So let's go outside. We'll take a look, and we'll come on back and finish off. Okay, hopefully the audio is good. I forgot my microphone. So now we're going to just do some beam shots. We're going to start with the Olight Seeker 4. This is not the Pro. This is the Seeker 4 that has the single emitter. That is a nice throwy light. It has good spill. We've looked at this light before. All right. Now we're going to look at, this is the 3000 lumen setting on the Imalent. Seeker 4 on turbo. Definitely more throw. Imalent on 3000. Floodier, really covers the area. Now bump it up to turbo. There's turbo on the Imalent. It washes things out. It's bright. Seeker 4. Okay, so let's go to another light. Compare a different one to the Imalent. This is the ThruNite TC20V2. That's very similar to that Seeker 4. Be interesting, actually, before we look at the Imalent. Seeker 4. TC20. Olight Seeker 4. ThruNite TC20. Yeah. Okay, and then bring on the Imalent at 3000. And there's the ThruNite Imalent. ThruNite. ThruNite's definitely set up to be floodier. Imalent
on turbo. And both are bright lights. The through night is definitely set up to be floodier, but it's not making anywhere near the horsepower that this little Imalent is. Okay, and our last light, this, like we showed before, this is a Seeker 3 Pro. This isn't the 4 Pro. I don't have the 4 Pro yet. But I think that this will be pretty representative. It'll be close to what the 4 Pro will do. So there's the 4 Pro on turbo, or I'm sorry, the 3 Pro on turbo. Very floody, very bright. This is a great light. And there's the Imalent on turbo. Seeker. Imalent. Seeker. Imalent. Seeker. Imalent. This is the Seeker still on turbo. This is the Imalent on 3000. So this is on its high setting, not turbo. And this is the Seeker. Sorry, I'm fumbling here. This is the Seeker on its high setting, not turbo. Seeker. Imalent. $3,000 lumens rated. Seeker. I think the Seeker is the best comparison with the Imalent because it's a floody light. The other two kind of favor having some throw to it. Imalent. I think this is super impressive from the Imalent because of the size. All right, there's your beam shots. I am definitely open for other comparisons. So if there's a light that we didn't show here, I've done it before, just let me know, and we can do that. I will say we use the Imalent quite a bit. You know, we cycle through the other lights. The Imalent is nice and cozy warm, which is kind of nice because it is cold out here right now in January 14th in Michigan. But anyway, if you do have another light that you'd like to see, then let me know. Well, while we're out here, let's fire up the Imalent in red. It's actually, the red light on this is bright. And it really has some good throw. This is something none of the other lights have. I like having a red light for hunting. All right, let's head back inside and warm up and wrap this up. It occurred to me that I didn't show the lower light settings. So here is 10 lumens. This is also what comes on with the side switch. Then it goes up to 200. 600 lumens. Boy, it's hard to tell. It might snow a little today. Then 1400 lumens. That's pretty cool. That's a nice bright light, and we still have another step. 3,000 lumens. Pretty cool. Anyway, I was hoping this would be a little bit better representative, but it's, look at this snow. Holy moly. All right, well, I wanted to show you those lower beam shots. Go back to 10 lumens. And actually, I'm kind of glad it was snowing. That was neat. All right, see you later.
I think that shows pretty well that while the through night and the Seeker 4 were a little bit throwier, this Imalent really holds its own with these others. Look at the size difference again. This is a very impressive light, and the fact that I can have that lock function available to me, and then have the red light. Yeah, I really like that. This is extremely versatile and very powerful. I really like it. I'm just going to make a holster for it, and I will record that, show you guys how I would make a holster for something like this. And I highly recommend it. This is not an expensive light. Imalent makes some really expensive lights. This is their newest version. They have another light that's the same form factor as this, but it doesn't produce quite as many lumens, and it doesn't have the red light. So the Imalent BL70, highly recommend. Let me know if you have one, or if you think you might get one. I'd love to talk about this light with you. Thanks for watching. Bye.